So how do you get over imposter syndrome? Or in other words, what it is you've got this opportunity, or you see this opportunity, or you want to be this thing, and then you go to do that thing, and then all of a sudden all these feelings of insecurities fall over you. Or all of these feelings of, wow, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Or maybe I'm gonna trip and fall, or maybe they'll find out that I'm not really that good at this, or they'll find out that this isn't something that I'm the best at, or whatever. But you really, really want to do it because A, you either are passionate about it, or B, you really do see the opportunity there, and it's something that you want to, in essence, seize the day with, right? So first off, what is imposter syndrome? Well, I'm gonna show you what it is in this video, but I'm also gonna give you 5 ways to actually fix it and really think through it, because I've been through it myself. I think a lot of people actually go through it. What is it? Well, number 1, you just doubt your accomplishments, right? You think that you're just not good enough because there's other people that are better than you. There's always going to be somebody that's going to be better than you at a certain thing. Even the best people in the world have somebody coming up that's going to eventually beat them out in what they're doing. So just don't even trip on that. Like, that's just human behavior. But you can still do the thing and be very good at it and help tons of people. You fear being exposed as a fraud. You feel like people are going to find out that you're not that good. Well, one way to combat this is just be honest. Just say where you're at in the journey. If you're right here in the journey, like here's the big, you made it to the top. If you're right here, then just say, guys, I'm right here, but I'm looking up here. And then pretty soon you'll be here, and then you'll be here, and then you'll be here. It's okay. Because you know what? Even if you are here right now, guess what? There's a bunch of people that are right here, and right here that want to be right where you are. And this is a good thing because you can help them get to where you are. There's always somebody new coming out saying, oh man, I don't know how to do online business, or I don't know how to, do marketing, or whatever it is that you do. It doesn't matter. I'm just giving you examples of mine because in my business, we help people get really good at online business. For us, I have a lot of people that they don't know how to create a digital product, or they don't know how to do online marketing and get traffic. And so there's all those types. And then there's people that are way, way up at the top where they're doing millions of dollars a day doing this stuff. But that doesn't stop me because I just have a different market or a different spot at where I'm at. So you help people get to where you are. It doesn't matter what you teach, whether you teach people how to throw boomerangs, drive Porsche cars, or dress themselves, or, train a dog, or whatever it is. There's people that just don't even know how to get to where you're at. So this can help you, okay? So I want you to think about that. So for like me right now, what I do to help people see that I'm not a fraud is I have this free community. You can go to it here. It's skool.com/join mastermind. And it's got a free online business course in it. It's got a community, and then we do a weekly call where people can jump on and ask me questions. It's 100% free. But what I do, the reason I do that is, number 1, I want to provide a lot of value to the marketplace so that they know that I'm not a fraud, number 1. It's also why I do content like this, because you can tell if somebody's full of, full of shit. You can also see if somebody's accomplished something or not. You can just tell. They'll show you, right? And so that's why I created this here. You could do the same exact thing for yourself, right? Just show people, right? Instead of just talking about how you can fly, just go outside and fly. That's how you beat that, number 1, okay? So that's kind of how I look at it. I'm like, well, just show them. Nothing's better than that. So here's how to fix imposter syndrome. Number 1, accept that everyone has doubts and insecurities. I have doubts and insecurities all the time, but I just recognize them and realize it's just an emotion, all right? I like to focus on things like numbers and systems because those things don't lie to you. Your emotions will though. 1 + 1 is always gonna be 2, but in 5 minutes I might feel different than I did 5 minutes ago, and it doesn't mean anything, I just feel different, all right? So everybody has doubts and insecurities. The most famous people in the world, the most toughest, guy or girl in the world, the most strong-willed guy, they have doubts and insecurities all the time. Trust me, I work with tons of them all the time in my program Build Lab that you can find over at makeonce.com. Okay? Number 2, write a list of all of your wins. all the things that you've accomplished, all the things that you've done, all the things that you know you're completely skilled at, like you can use that skill as a weapon, right? Recognize and internalize all the things that you've done to actually achieve things. Like, I always remind myself, Mike, you've made over $100,000 a month several times. You're doing it all the time. You know, it's like you can help people get to that place, right? Or, Mike, you've set up thousands of websites, or you've done a lot of marketing, or you've generated this many things, or you've created digital products that have sold, you know, and done all this stuff. You just remind yourself of those things. And I like to go back into my community here, like this free community here. I like to go into there and read the reviews of people. Man, hey Mike, this helped me so much. Man, I did this, now I'm making this, or now I have this kind of free time. And that's what you do, is you remind yourself and internalize what that is. Number 3, you can seek feedback on your strengths. Go to the people that you actually trust. Go to the people that actually know you for a long period of time and say, what would you say my top 5 strengths are? And you can, you know, help them out as well. Do something, right, to help them, and have them just say, hey, what would you say that I'm the absolute best at and why? Do this with your friends, do this with your colleagues, do this with anybody that has been around you long enough to know if you're good at what you're good at, and that will help you a ton. And then I would write those things down and just recognize and internalize those. Just like you would master some sort of sports pattern, like, have you noticed like people that play, you know, baseball, they keep throwing the ball and catching it, throwing the ball and catching it. It's like muscle memory. It's like they're training their body to be able to do that almost like without even thinking. You have to do the same thing in stuff like what we do. Like if you're a coach, consultant, course creator, things like that, you have to constantly remind yourself, it doesn't matter what you do, sports, anything, you have to constantly recognize and internalize and talk to yourself in that way, which brings me to number 4. You need to talk to yourself how you'd talk to a friend feeling the exact same way. So imagine one of your best friends came up to you that you knew had these specific skills and these specific abilities, and they came to you and they're like, hey man, you know, I feel like I don't got it. I feel like, you know, I'm not really as good as I thought I was, or that I don't feel like I actually probably do have the ability to do this as well as I thought. What would you say to them? You know, what would you say to that best friend that you know is good at the thing that they're doubting right now? What would you say? Think about have that self-compassion to talk to yourself that way, okay? Say, hey man, listen, you are good at this. Like, chill out. Like, you are good. Don't trip, right? Everybody feels this way. Doesn't mean that it defines you. Doesn't mean that's who you are. That has nothing to do with that. It's just this feeling that you have coming up. And like what you think about grows. So what you focus on grows. If you focus on doubts and insecurities, you just get more of that, right? So focus on writing down a list, recognize, internalize, and just focus on that. Yeah, I am good at building funnels. Or yeah, I am good at doing this. Or yeah, I am good at coaching this. Or yeah, I am good at building this. Okay? And if all those things are still not working for you, all right, then you just need to talk to a mental health professional. Somebody that does this every single day, all day long, and they can coach you through, ask you questions, and they can literally work with you and help you through this. I think it's good for everybody to go talk to, you know, somebody that can help you with your mental health, because there's just things you don't know that you don't know. And if you can expose those things and open yourself up to different possibilities of perspective, it can change everything for you literally in like one visit. So I really strongly suggest that you would do that as well. All right. Now, here's the other thing. When you're on this journey of getting to the top in things, usually in my case, I'm talking to people that either A, have a business already and they're selling a product already and they just want to sell more of it using the internet, or B, this other person that would be going up to this top of the mountain here, they have this entrepreneurial spirit. They want to actually create like a digital product or course or mastermind that they could sell from anywhere, and that they could have those abilities to make money from the internet. And they want to know how to build that product, market that product, and then deliver that product and make their customers happy. Then those types of people typically like to watch this video next, which helps them learn how to do exactly that.